All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented actor, producer, director, writer, musician, Thomas Ian Nicholas. Hello and welcome to the show.
Right on. Thanks for having me. It's nice to finally talk with you again, Jimmy. It's been like too many years.
A long time. I got a new co-host who's my husband. Let me introduce you to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, how are you? Listen, do you know the movie Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean and Natalie Wood? Do you remember?
Sal Mineo.
Yes, who you look exactly like. You look just like Sal Mineo. I've seen Sal. I didn't know him, but I've seen him around town years ago because he used to hang out in the same gay clubs that we did. But Sal Mineo, you just look just like him. And I was going to say
there was a film that was going to be made that I was attached to, but we never ended up getting it together. But I hope at some point that I can kind of revisit that once I kind of establish some of the productions that I'm doing now. That's definitely going to be on my slate of films to go back and I love bringing real people onto screen and portraying them, because I've done it with Frank Sinatra Jr., Abby Hoffman, Walt Disney, Marty Scorsese. So Sal Mineo, I hope, is going to be on that list, and Bruce Springsteen.
Well, Sal,
yeah, that's a good one.
Sal Mineo, you have to play Sal Mineo, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, it is on my bucket list to
because it's a very sad story, Sal's story, and his death at the end when he was murdered in the parking lot, stabbed to death by, they said, a jealous ex-lover, but we know that it was somebody that followed him that didn't like gays, and he was killed by
he played
a homophobe.
He played Walt Disney and Walt Before Mickey, and he's playing Martin Scorsese, but that's not out yet, right? But you're playing Martin Scorsese in a film that's going to be coming out.
It's a James Franco directed film called Zeroville with James Franco, Seth Rogen, Will Ferrell, Megan Fox, and
Megan Fox and Will. That's awesome.
I love James Franco. I think he's the best. He's the new James Dean.
No doubt.
Is he really crazy in person like he is on stage? And people say he's very bizarre, very weird. Fun guy.
He's one of those guys where he's an artist. He's wrapped up in his own world. He gets an idea and he's very focused on that and not really focused on, making sure that everyone around him is happy. Just wants to, go forward and get the goal done, which makes him a great artist.
A team player, but he's a good actor. Right?
Sure.
Not a team player. I guess he'd be tough to work on the set.
Well, no, he was very clear about what he wanted, because when I got to set, he showed me this short film by Martin Scorsese that was like before Marty did Taxi Driver. Right. And he wanted to pay homage to this short film with Harvey Keitel. So he showed me this, and he was like reworking the scene and come up with the idea that day. So it wasn't that he was antisocial. It wasn't that he was, unfriendly. He just knew what he wanted and was focused on what he wanted.
But James Dean was that way, from what I'm told. James Dean was the same way. He went into his own world. He focused on what he wanted to do. But if he didn't like what they were directing or other people were going to do, he just shut down and
this
wouldn't
one,
do
though,
it.
James Franco is the director.
No, but I'm talking about James Dean.
Okay.
If James Dean didn't, like when he was doing Giant with Rock Hudson, Rock said that it was very rough. Because I knew Rock Hudson. So I asked him one time, I said, well, should I really say it?
No.
I'm going to say it. I said, did you ever get to make it with James Dean, sexually? And he said, I'm not going to answer that, Ron. You know better. I'm a reporter. And anyway, I know that Rock made passes, but James Dean wasn't interested. He was interested in making the film.
So hold on. We got to go back, though. Hold on. So first of all, let's say hi to the man behind the boards, Chad Murphy, who was the last time you were on the show. He's always been our man behind the boards. He's great. So say hi to Chad.
Hello, Chad.
Welcome to the show, sir. Good to have you.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here. Glad I know how to work my Skype on my phone.
Oh, you got that.
Yeah, I'm glad you do,
otherwise,
too.
If you were the third one that didn't, you would have been crucified.
Third time's a charm.
When I got through with you, you would have slit your wrist right on the show.
That's true.
You'd have killed yourself.
And then, hold on.
I wish that the camera was running.
We have
right.
a chat.
I would have gone after you with double barrels.
We have a chat room full of people, so say hi. And almost every country you can imagine is represented right now. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Amazing. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I sent out a little tweet as well just before I jumped on the line with you. So hopefully I've got some some people tuning in too. So thank you for
Absolutely.
listening.
And we had Thomas Ian Nicholas on back when Tin Band, when you guys were releasing that album, I think, because it was when maybe like the third, I don't know, one of the American Pie movies came out. So you were on in our.
I think the last time we talked was around the time of American Reunion, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I think so. Yeah,
I had just done an album with Damon Starkey.
Yes.
It was an EP, and one of the songs was on the soundtrack of American
Absolutely.
Reunion.
That was it. Because Damien, I've seen Damien a couple times since then too, which is really
what
cool.
Are you primarily a singer, a music, or are you?
No, he's primarily.
You're a triple threat.
He's a triple threat.
Yeah, I do. I kind of do it all. Like right now, I just had a film that came out in theaters last October, Friday the 13th in October, called The Lost Tree. Since that time, the script ended up in the Oscars library, the Academy Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences library. It's part of the Permanent Core collection.
Congratulations.
It just came out on DVD and Blu-ray yesterday and iTunes, so you can get it at Target. You can watch it online. And then my new movie, The Living Among Us, that I produced and starred in, both of these films I produced and starred in, comes out into theaters February 2nd.
We're going to talk about that one.
Hang on.
Wait. We're going to talk about that one in a minute.
Give us the name again.
No, wait. Don't give him Don't give him the Living Among Us one, because we're gonna talk about that one in a minute. I want to talk about a couple other things, and then we're gonna go, because I got the trailer. We're gonna play the trailer for everybody and everything.
I have
awesome.
I have divorce papers right here. All I have to do is sign it.
No, first of all,
I just have to put my name on it, and this fucker is gone.
No, listen. First of all, you guys, if you guys recognize, because Thomas Ian Nicholas now is like all grown up, but he is one of the few child stars who like turned into an adult star and is not all fucked up. So number one, congratulations on that.
Not yet.
If you guys
on
remember that movie Rookie of the Year about the little kid who joins the Major League Baseball team, he played the little kid, Henry Rowan Gardner. And you also remember him from American Pie, obviously. It's a billion-dollar franchise where he plays Kevin Myers. And weren't you in as a child, you were in Radio Flyer, a kid in King Arthur's Court. I mean, you had quite a career as a young person.
Radio Flyer is one of my favorite kid movies. Love that movie.
That's actually where I met John Hurd.
John Hurd's in his new movie that just came out.
He's in Living Among Us. It's his last film, which is crazy because I've known him I knew him for 28 years.
He was quite an actor, quite a bizarre person. I was at a party once in L.A., Beverly Hills actually, and he came in, stayed like 3 minutes, but devastated the room. He was so drunk he didn't know where he was, and outrageous and dirty-mouthed. I loved him. My kind of people. I was so sad when he left, because then it left me with the rest of those, crappy Beverly Hills people.
They want to know if you're married in the chat room, which yes, you are married, right?
Yes.
Tell everybody you're married.
I'm married. My wife is her name is Colette. She's a DJ. She spins house music and she sings. She's much cooler than I am.
I had no idea. I Googled you today because I was like to see what, first of all, the reason I tweeted to you like a week ago or whatever was because Rookie of the Year was on TV and we were like watching it for a second, and I was like, oh, like he's been on the show. I know him. He's a really cool guy. And that's what made me tweet to you, because your movies are on TV all the time.
You got to thank my wife. She saw the tweet and she's like, didn't you see this tweet? For like, look at this thing. It got all these like likes. It's getting retweeted. And I was like, oh, that's Jimmy. And then I said, well, I'll just hit him up. I should go back on the show. It's been like 5 years.
I didn't know, though, that your wife was DJ Colette. And so then I was Googling her, because she's like not just like a little DJ, though. She's like a superstar DJ. She's got music in the Sex and the City soundtrack, the movie. I mean, she's got movies, and she's like a resident DJ. I mean, your wife is some cool shit chick, boy, let me tell you.
See,
she's cooler than I am. I mean,
I was going to ask you if you were gay, and if you liked older men, and if you said yes, I was going to sign those divorce papers.
I love it.
That's why I think you're so handsome and sexy. Laughing, you look like, who I'm so hot for. What's his name?
Oh,
Ruffalo.
Jason Statham?
The other one.
Oh, I don't know.
The good-looking Italian guy played the gay guy.
I don't know.
AIDS movie. Yes, you do.
Oh, Mark Ruffalo? He has a thing for Mark Ruffalo.
You look like Mark Ruffalo. That's dangerous.
I think I need to play like Mark Ruffalo's brother or something.
That would be great.
That's very dangerous to look like Mark Ruffalo. Very dangerous. Queens are going to jump you, baby, in alleys. Trust me.
So I just want to ask them one question too, because I'm a huge music TV show fan, and like you were in Red Band Society, which was a great show, and like was the little kid Astro, was he kind of cool? Because like I always have this thing like, what a cool little kid, you know, and he was like basically one of the stars of that along with you. Was he a cool kid?
Yeah, it was a great cast all the way around. I mean, they were good kids, and Astro was cool.
I love that. And he was in a Liam Neeson movie that he was in, too, that was pretty good. I forgot which one it was. But anyway. All right, so you guys have also seen Thomas Ian Nicholas, besides all the great American Pie movies. Halloween Resurrection. Again, he said he played Frank Sinatra Jr. in Stealing Sinatra. All those great kid movies. He's done a bunch of his own movies that he's produced or directed or written. He's got a new one coming out February 2nd. It's called Living Among Us. And it stars, besides him... We've got the late John Hurd, which everybody loves. William Sadler, everybody loves. I don't know how you pronounce. Is it Esme Bianco?
That's correct. Yeah, from Game of Thrones.
I know her from Game of Thrones and The Magicians, which is a great show. The Magicians. We had Charles Shaughnessy on, and it was great. Andrew Keegan, you guys remember him from like 10 Things I Hate About You. What a great movie that is. Jordan Henson from I forgot the name. I met her at a convention, the first convention I ever went to, and now she's all grown up and gorgeous. So Jordan Henson, James Russo, who you've done several other films with that I saw on IMDb, and this is like a modern-day take on a vampire movie. Tell us a little bit about Living Among Us.
Well, it's kind of inspired by French New Wave, so we're calling it American New Wave, and now I sound all highfalutin, right? You could really just refer to it as found footage, except it has an all-star cast, so it can't really be found footage. That's why we're calling it American New Wave. And it's a story about a documentary crew that goes into a house of supposed vampires to interview them to prove or disprove their claims.
I love it.
Sounds good. I could have played an interviewer.
He's the interviewer.
No, I would have had him kicked off the set.
That's what we're moving to Palm Springs, so like he's going to be hitting you up for your next film.
I would have said to them, get rid of the cute one, put in the real old-looking vampire guy.
Well, we would have done
it,
except we couldn't take our whole crew with us. So, there was only 3 of us in the house.
I think it looks phenomenal.
We're doing a really cool thing, actually, for the
theatrical I like the concept.
Release.
I like the concept. It's a new concept for a although Interview with a Vampire, that was a good movie, by the way.
But that was different.
But that was totally different.
Yeah, this one is based on the reality of an actual people that are really in hiding that have cutaneous porphyria, which is the real vampire's disease.
Oh, could you have hired me as like an old gay vampire?
Wait, you said you were doing something cool, so tell us what is it that you're doing that's something cool?
Well, the cool thing is, if you buy a ticket to if you pre-purchase the ticket to see it in the theaters, then not only do you get the movie theater ticket, you get a signed picture from me and the digital download of the movie.
Oh, that's a good deal. And where do they go to get that?
They go right to our website, redcompassmedia.com. There's a whole page that has all the theaters that we're in. We're playing in theaters in Chicago, New York, L.A., Austin, Dallas, Phoenix, Sacramento, Detroit, Minneapolis, and we're in 10 cities nationwide.
I love it. So tell people where to go again and spell it for them.
It's Red Compass Media. So RED Compass COMPASS Media MEDIA.com.
I think people won't know. Like I think a lot of people don't know.
Meanwhile, I want to touch him inappropriately.
No.
So you could squeal on me and we could make the prince.
Hold on.
And we could get famous overnight.
So
we'll
Chad,
all over the media.
Chad, do you have the actual trailer for the film?
I do.
You have it ready?
Yes, sir.
Can we see it? Are we going to see it, Chad? I want to see this.
No, you won't see it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait, actually, I can make it that you see it. Hold on, I can close this.
I'm interested in seeing. Most of them
I can close this and you might be able to see it here.
I like the concept because I'm a reporter, obviously.
So hold on. So Thomas, what I want you to do then is you introduce the video, say this is the trailer for whatever, however you want to introduce it. We're going to play it. You just hang on the line. We're going to show it to everybody.
Wait, one question. Do you have background music in this film?
There is sometimes music, but not a lot of times because it is a documentary crew. So there's only source music. There's not an actual score.
I like it because all the stuff we've been watching lately has too loud of music in the background.
They've all got background music, and they think background music enhances the actor's performance. I feel the opposite. It takes away from the actor's performance. If an actor wants to deliver a beautiful piece of work, he needs to be the person, not part of the person. So I really do not approve of music.
We watched like 10 movies lately, and he's like, the music in the background's so loud you can't even barely hear the people talking.
No, like ours, there's a lot of times, there's some music that's source music, but it's all real quiet. It never takes away. There's never those things that you're talking about where it's distracting. I mean,
if we're in the moment with you, don't take me away by giving me a song that I'm going to sing. You know what I mean?
So you introduce it for us, Thomas, so everybody can see the trailer.
Okay. Well, if you like this one too, there's a teaser trailer as well. You're going to play the full length, right?
I don't even know. It's 2 minutes long. It's like 2 minutes.
Are you going to give us an?
There's a teaser trailer that has like over 1 million views. This is the new trailer that's almost at 1 million views for Living Among Us, my new film that I produced and starred in, and it comes out to theaters February 2nd. So take a look.
Right, are you going to
uncover a disease outbreak? The person claiming to be one of the vampire's sectional leaders has come forward to make an official statement.
This is simply a disease that we're suffering from. We're not monsters.
We just got the go-ahead to film that supposed vampire film.
All right. I'm kind of freaked out.
Wow, this looks straight out of a horror movie.
Hey, I'm really excited to have you guys.
Could you please state your name for the camera?
Sorry. He's not quite used to this stuff. We live our lives pretty much just like you, except our diet's a little different.
Have you ever killed anyone that you've never met?
Nope.
The misconception that we turn into mindless, bloodthirsty beasts is ridiculous.
This is gonna blow your mind, okay? Sure, we're ready. This thing is recording, right? Oh, yeah.
Just lean your head back.
It's just a nosebleed.
At first, they seemed kind of ordinary, but now we've seen a couple of strange things.
Why the hell aren't we getting out of here?
We're gonna let people know what these things really are.
So much fun.
You got this? Look at her bag.
What do we do?
We're getting the hell out of here right now.
There's the back door. Let's go. Open it!
Look! It's sealed.
There you go. Living Among Us.
That was.
And I only work from 10 to 4.
Hang on, everybody. That was Living Among Us, the trailer. It's going to be in theaters on the 2nd of February. You can go to redcompassmedia.com to get tickets for one of the screenings someplace. And if you do that and buy the ticket ahead of time, you get all kinds of cool shit from Thomas Ian Nicholas. And you should follow him on Twitter at Tinband, Tinband. I love that.
And widen your brains, everybody. This sounds like a good vampire movie, not like that dumb shit that's all over the place. That crappy. You've seen one, you've seen them all. Horrible. Ugh.
You look great in
this is a brand new take on vampires, for
sure. I think it sounds intelligent for a change.
Well, it's if you know anything about cutaneous porphyria, it's when people have a low red blood cell count. And the first notated case of this is King George III in the early 1800s. It causes fatigue. And the only way to combat the fatigue is to get an IV of new blood, get new albumin. And so King George didn't have IVs, so he drank it. And then he had sensitivity. You have sensitivity to UV rays, which can cause third-degree burns, and recessed gums, which give the appearance of fangs. And this is a real disease that exists in our reality.
Oh, I want to see this film.
Oh, my gosh, that's so cool.
I have to see this film. I think I'm going to
in fact, we're giving there's an extra expose on this group of people that have cutaneous porphyria, and we're going to be doing a ticket giveaway for one of them to come out of hiding and come to our movie.
Oh, that's super cool.
A person who's really suffering from
So,
this.
like, that's so cool, though, because I don't think people even know that actually exists. I think a lot of people probably don't. I don't think I knew
Jimmy,
that.
Is that why you always eat liver raw?
No, I do not.
because he's got this disease.
I do eat a lot of beef, though.
Let me see your fangs, honey. You got fangs. Now, I wanted to ask you another question. Yeah, what did you think of the Catherine Deneuve film Hunger?
I haven't seen it I honestly haven't seen it, so I'm going to check it out now.
You haven't seen it? Oh my God!
I haven't seen it.
With your creative genius, you have to see it. The person that did it, I forgot who did it. A French guy, that fabulous writer.
Oh, I'll find it. I have, besides my lovely and amazing wife, I have 2 kids, so I have about as much time to make films, but not as much time as I want to watch them.
Wait, what's his name in it? The singer?
Huh?
The famous singer was in it. David Bowie was in it. David Bowie and Catherine Deneuve. Called Hunger.
Check it out.
So
you're gonna love it. It's probably something that you would have done. Sounds intelligent, it is intelligent, like what you're doing. A slant on vampires you've never seen.
So tell me this, because you kind of like, since you started out as an actor and now you're kind of like doing all the different things, and one thing that's cool about that is you can create your own projects for yourself, which is kind of like a cool thing. But except for that, you seem to be getting everything financed, which is even better. So like, is there a certain thing you like to do better than others? Like, do you like doing the acting better, the producing better, the director, or is it all kind of the same? Or you just like putting together cool projects for everybody?
He likes everything.
I just like staying busy and creative, and
right.
I have different business partners. So like, obviously, my one business partner is Brian Metcalf. We made The Lost Tree together, Living Among Us, and next up is Strange Ones, which is a paranormal sort of story where I play the main antagonist for the first time. And then I have another film that's a fantasy film I'm going to be shooting later this year. It's based upon a book that came out last year and debuted number 34 on the USA Today bestseller list called Handbook for Mortals.
That's
cool. That sounds good.
Listen,
it's a story about a young woman. It's going to be a very woman-based project. The main character is a young woman who goes to Vegas to join a magic show, and it turns out that she can do real magic.
Oh, I like that because I'm a magic person.
I want to see Strange Ones. You have Ayla Kell in it. I was such a big ABC Make It or Break It fan. She was like the star of Make It or Break It. She played Pacey.
Yeah. She's in More Before Mickey as well.
Oh, is she really? See,
Yeah.
I love the way that you have worked with people, and it's like then you're all working together like on new projects and stuff. Like, what a way to build camaraderie, and you know what the people are like because you've already worked with them, so you don't get divas.
He works with real actors.
Yes.
Not these things that call themselves actors. That stand there and say, "Oh, please don't suck the blood out of my neck."
I love it.
You love it when they act.
I love it that he's got like all these cool projects.
Listen, I'm an actor for real. I've done films, television, all that crap. I'd love to get work. I keep pumping everybody I meet on the show.
Oh my gosh.
If ever you need an attractive, older man who's a good actor.
He's 77.
Shut up, you big mouth.
Oh.
This Zeroville thing looks so
you guys
amazing.
should have a show together. You're really entertaining.
We are. We're the number one. I told you. We have
Everybody loves it. We fight all the time.
We have 4.5 million people watching us now and building.
Are you on Who Say?
I am. Yeah.
Do you get a lot? Do you have a big following on Who Say?
I used
Who
Say for a minute. I was like posting on everything through it. But I don't know. I find that I like doing it individually because there's different groupings of people on Instagram or Facebook, and I find that the interaction is more organic if you're not just like blanket marketing everybody.
So the show's called Poussey?
No.
So
that's a completely different kind of show.
Okay, I'm following you now on
Poor
Instagram.
Joan Rivers made up that word. Poor sweet Joan. I loved her so much. Did you ever meet Joan Rivers?
Briefly. We didn't do an interview together or anything. I met her briefly in New York, like randomly on the street one day.
Oh, well, she was a brief person anyway. I did a show with her in the green room. She was very brief. She wasn't funny and she wasn't a talker. She was very involved with her work, what she was doing. And it was, she gave her politeness as an actor to an actor. But I understood that because I knew a lot of comedians that were not funny off of stage. They were very serious people. Drama, pain, and comedy are the same. You know that.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember when I first started acting, drama was my forte and comedy was my weak point. My acting coach said, "You're only as strong as your weakest link." So I started building up my comedic skills, and then I essentially landed a comedic career with Rookie of the Year into King Arthur's Court and American Pie. So now I'm returning to my roots with the things that I'm producing. So I'm going to be producing a lot more dramatic work than I am comedy. I'll throw some comedies in there every once in a while, though.
What's going on?
If you're a good dramatic actor, you will be a good comedian. It's an easy transformation because drama and comedy are exactly the same. It's how you deliver the line that makes it funny.
Well, I find that it's easier for a comedian to transition into drama than it is the other way around.
No, I find it the other way. If you want to say like, oh my God, bad news, Donald Trump is dead, that could be very funny if you put it in a text of, Donald Trump's dead. And it makes it a joke. I'm not wishing it on Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. I think he's wonderful. Hey, listen.
Hold on, wait. I want to.
He's 6'3" and he only weighs 129 pounds.
Okay, hang on, because we've only got a couple minutes. So first of all, what's going on?
Like Angelina Jolie.
Is the Thomas Ian Nicholas band still like recording and performing?
Yeah, we just released an album last February called Frat Party, which is all of our favorite songs from the American Pie soundtrack.
Oh my God! How
like that? It's the 10-year anniversary of the first album. And I've got, 6 albums that we released in the last 10 years, and we're always writing, and I'm going to be doing some tour dates during the release of Living Among Us. So for the theater showings that I'm doing the Q&A, I'll be playing an after party. So
there you go.
In Chicago and Dallas and Austin.
I love that.
Well, I hope when we're living in Palm Springs and when you come through the town, you'll give us a buzz. Come on over. I cook Italian food. I'll have some other celebrity friends over that we know from the business, and we could bullshit about the business. How dull is that? How dull is that?
You gotta love it.
But seriously, you're very interesting and a good guest. We would like to have you back.
Let's not wait another 5 years, huh?
Absolutely. No. Now that you're hot and things are going on, we need to know more. Some of our guests, it's like pulling teeth. I interviewed Cliff Robertson, the Academy Award winner.
2 minutes, so
Cliff Robertson. He didn't say a word. He go, So you know what I said? I heard your wife Dana Merrill was a bitch, and that woke him up. He said, no. I said, well, she plays bitchy parts. He said, well, she's an actress. That's why. And I got him rolling. You have to sometimes shock treatment and then got them to go.
So hold on.
You're a breeze and you're a good
Let's
sport.
do our final little things here because we got 2 minutes. So first of all, you guys, this is Thomas Ian Nicholas. You want to see all of his work because he's got a great body of work. Anybody who hasn't seen American Pie has to be almost dead because
that film has been around.
It's I googled it and it's done more than $1 billion. So
it's one of the best films ever made.
So for comedy, it's way up there of that genre. It's way up there. You guys,
actually the 20-year anniversary of American Pie next year, and it's the 25th of Rookie of the Year this year.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh! And you don't look a day older. You don't look any older. The rest of us are getting old. But you guys, he's got Living Among Us. It's coming out February 2nd. Check it out. Go to redcompassmedia.com. Get your tickets. Follow him on Twitter at TIN Band. TIN stands for Thomas Ian Nicholas. He's got a bunch of albums. Buy all of those too. Go see all his films. He's got a bunch coming up, and he's got everything. Anybody who's got kids, if you got kids, you definitely want to show them Rookie of the Year and Radio Flyer and The Kid in King Arthur's
Radio Flyer,
Court.
Wonderful. I love that movie because it takes place when I was a kid.
And where do you guys?
And I related to all of them.
Where do you guys live? Do you live in LA?
I live in Los Angeles.
Okay. Did you used to live in Georgia?
No. I shot Red Band Society in Georgia and American Reunion there.
Okay.
My wife is from Chicago.
Yeah, I knew that.
She moved here 20 years ago because she couldn't stand the winters anymore.
Yeah, well, that's why we're moving there too because we can't stand the winter here. We're in Pennsylvania now, not Florida, and it's terrible.
And I'm a New Yorker. Pennsylvania is like a slow death.
Where are you guys at in Pennsylvania?
We're near New Hope.
Yeah, we're near New Hope.
We moved there to be close to the ferries, and all the ferries moved to Center City, and New Hope now is full of straight people who voted for Trump, who hate gay people. So we made a big mistake. We moved to the den of haters.
And we're getting ready to move out of it. 18 more days, we're moving to Palm Springs.
I cannot wait to get.
Then we'll have you come sit in the studio with us.
I lived in Palm Springs for 8 years, and I loved it. Out of all the places, and I've lived in Beverly Hills all over. Out of all the places I've ever lived, Palm Springs was absolutely my favorite.
So you guys, listen, look up DJ Colette, watch her videos on YouTube. They're very, very good, and you even directed one of them, and I think the back of your head is in it. walking. It
Yes,
looked like
it
you.
is.
It looked like you. Check out all his films. Follow him on Twitter, and we wish you all the luck and success with Living Among Us, the film, and DM me whatever you need retweeted, and we'll get it all out there big time.
And thank you for being
Awesome.
a terrific guest. I appreciate it
Well,
because
thank you for having me on the show.
today's show was a total disaster till you came on.
Thank you so much.
I'm here to save the day.
There
Well,
you go.
did. You
Again.
saved our ass, as the expression goes.
Fantastic. So thank you so much.
Take
Good luck with
care.
it, and text me or text me or DM me, and we'll start
And
pushing
we'll
it out.
see
head
you
tight.
in the movies.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Thanks.
Take
Bye.
care.
Say hi to your wife.
Bye. What a nice
All
guy.
right, everybody.
Nice
Thanks
guy.
for tuning in, everybody. Sorry we had some technical difficulties, but we did have a good time. Everybody loved him.
He's wonderful. He's the guest that everybody should have.
Everybody, we'll see you guys next week. Chad, thank you so much, and you guys have a great one. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
See you next week, folks.
Designing, where every man in the thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to Crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie.